Good morning, friends. It is day 2 of 30 days of eyeshadow, and I am on look number 2 with my Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia. Woo! If you're new to my channel, my name's Ashmere, and I like to do quick, informative reviews to help you get on your way and hopefully make some good decisions about your beauty products. If you have any products you'd like me to review, please leave them in the comments. I love suggestions. It makes life easier. So since yesterday, I guess I did more of like a daytime-ish look. I don't know that I ever do like a daytime look, but apparently that's what I was going for. So today, technically, I have to go with a glam look from my Modern Renaissance palette. So this will be fun. Definitely, we're going to dig into some of these darker shades and see how I like it. So I started today digging in, starting with this warm taupe down here. I'm just kind of pressing my brush into it, just flat. And then I'm just going to press that right onto my lid, all over. And that's kind of what I'm going to use as my base. It's a pretty color. Yeah. My lids are naturally really dark, and I do have an eye base on, but it doesn't do a ton and to change the color of my lids. And so anything I put on my lids does tend to actually change color slightly than what I see here. I mean, I guess that's with everybody, but I feel like with me, like when I do other people's makeup, it's not as much as when I do my own makeup. It's an interesting thing. So yeah, so that's life. Let me find a brush here. All right, so I guess, how do I want to do this? Okay, so I'm going to be real honest here. Like this whole section of color here, like these dusty pinks, these bright pinks, like they don't interest me at all. I'm looking at this palette going, now I'm remembering why I decluttered it once before, because there's a whole section of the palette that doesn't interest me, but I'm going to have to make it work. So I know I used Cypress Umber last time, but I'm going to use it again because it's really the only color that's like deep dark, and it's going to create a more nighttime, you know, a little more glam. I need a little bit of darkness. So I'm going to go in with that in both my creases and then try to figure out where to go from there. All right, so I bit the bullet because I was literally, I know this is one of Anastasia's most beloved palettes. It is, like, to me, it's the least inspiring. I don't know what it is. Like, I can see that the colors are beautiful and it's a great color story. It's a nice, I see why it works and why people love it. It's just uninspiring for me. They're not colors that I would go for myself. Now, if I were back, you know, freelancing, I would 100% have this palette in my arsenal because it's going to be great on multiple skin shades. It's a nice, like this for weddings, it's going to be fantastic. You know, it's easy to use. But for personally, like, it's just uninspiring. I bit the bullet and I dug into this Venetian red right here. And I'm just kind of trying to tap that and get some dimension out of this. Like a way to add some color. And really just see if I like it. It doesn't look bad. I still need to blend it out on top especially. I mean, and they're layering fine. So the quality of this product is 100% not in question. It's just a matter of, do I love this palette for me? And I'm not sure. I'm day number 2 and I'm finding it difficult to get inspired. So if I can't get inspired for 2 looks and I'm going to do a third one tomorrow, it's going to be rough. We'll see. I realized something really funny of just now. Like, as much as I love like dark shades, and I want to feel inspired. And the colors in this palette that I'm honestly most interested in are all of these matte shades down in here, um to a little, I mean, definitely this one, and down here, of course, but all of these beautiful, like the warm taupe that I used today, all of these beautiful base, what I call those base shades, like what I would use to build my look off of and lay down on my lid. Those actually those are beautiful to me, inspiring to me, and a reason to own this palette, because I feel like the way that she did these, like the building blocks are gorgeous. You know, you've got your golden ochre, which, has just a subtlety yellow. It's not your traditional, just basic cream or taupe. You know, burnt orange, raw sienna with these peachy undertones. They're just stunning. The undertone in them and the fact that they're each so different, even though they're all in that same, like, kind of creamy eggshell family, is, I think that is the genius of Anastasia, these basic tones. If I could do away with these two shades in the middle, I'd be so much happier, but I'm going to stop harping about that because apparently I'm getting my point across. Okay, so I finished off with taking a little bit of Vermeer, which is like the soft baby pink highlighty tone, and I put that into the corners, and I put a tiny little bit, and okay, like, yeah, it was a lot. So I blended it out, and now I have this brightness happening. And I mean, no amount of blending. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure what it is. You know what I'm going to do? I know what I'm going to do. I'm just not loving this look. And I'm going to dig into Vulgar. I don't know how to say that in English. And I'm gonna add a punch of orange on top of that Venetian red, because I'm just not loving all of the pinky and purpley tones in this look. I think because on me, pinky purpley starts to look like I got a black eye. Like, there's a lot of purple around my eye already. I have my natural dark circles. Even if there's a little bit of corrector under there, they still kind of poke through. And it's interesting that certain tones play into that in a negative way. And that's what I feel is happening with this palette. Look number 2 is okay. I'm not gonna lie, like, I wish I didn't have to use this palette for a third time. That's not a good sign for this palette. I think I definitely realized why I decluttered it once. But I'm gonna finish off everything and come back at you with a finished look. Maybe I can salvage it with some liner. When in doubt, line it out. Okay, so we are looking at day 2 with the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. And yeah, once I got the liner on and the mascara on, I like the look a little better. I'm still a little disappointed because I was so, like, just it wasn't speaking to me. It's this really weird thing, right? So I never go into my days, trying to just, like, or planning a look ahead of time. I literally will sit here, I'll pull a palette that kind of like calls to me. I open it up and then just let the colors kind of do their thing. I never, ever, ever plan a look out. And it's sad. Like, yesterday was pretty easy because I hadn't picked this up in so long. But today was really rough because it didn't feel like I was exploring anymore. It felt like I was forcing a look out of it. And I'm not happy with it. It's okay. It doesn't look bad, but it just doesn't speak to me. I don't know. What do you think? Like, does the Modern Renaissance palette speak to you? Is it something that you get endless looks out of, or is it like you have one patent look that comes out of this palette and So that's why you keep it around. Because I know I have palettes like that. I will be exploring them this month because I haven't picked them up in a long time. But I can tell you that there's a couple of palettes over there where like 3 shades are hit pan and everything else looks almost brand new. So that's an interesting thing. Let me know. What do you think? How do you use this palette? Do you like it? Have you decluttered it? I want to know. So thank you so much for sticking around. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe down below. It super duper helps. Let me know if there's anything you want me to review. Like I said, I love, love, love requests. So y'all have a great day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye.